Yo, what's good, Brodies and Bays? This is the Dynasty Bros Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 61. And we had no DJ Avo here to mess that up. Hey, this is where you come for your fantasy football needs and to chop it up about the latest NFL news. I am the lovely host, Dynasty Bro Die, here with my co-bro.
Man, I don't know what kind of intro that was, but it sounded elegant and lavish. I don't know, man, but Dynasty Bro Vic, a.k.a. Chief Sosa FF. You can follow me on Twitter there, man. What's up to the people, man?
Hey, man, that's what we on, man. It's sophisticated trap music. That's what our podcast is equivalent to, bro.
You're right, man. I like that. What is it? Sophista Ratchet. That's what we like to say. Just
That's what we on, bro. So yeah, that's why I came in with that kind of energy, bro. I feel it. I feel it in the air, man.
I like that, man.
All right, so look, we got a fire episode for you guys, man. We're going to get into the art of tank. When you hear the word tank, I know you think bad, but I feel like there's an approach you can take to make it not the most horrible thing that's happening in the league. There's a strategic way to do it. And it's all about making it make sense where you're not screwing yourself over and not screwing the rest of the league over. And if you can do that, it's perfect. So we are going to do Art of Tanking this week and hopefully put you on game going into the rest of your Dynasty League, because I think we're at the point of the year where you need to decide, like you're past that point, honestly. But going into week 8, you're basically at the point where, dude, figure it out right now. Get rid of the guys that you're not going to use next year, the guys that aren't going to benefit you. You know that. And if you don't, that's what we're here for. So, before we get into that, we got some injuries. We got some B team players of the week. And, we got the Hood TMZ by Dynasty Bro Vic. So, we're going to get straight into it. So what's the word, man? You ready, Vic?
I'm ready, bro. So again, let's jump into it, man. Shout out to NFL Update, a.k.a. My Sports Update, one of my go-tos. But LSU, man, they banned Odell Beckham Jr. From the facilities for the next 2 years. Of course, you guys saw national championship game last year. He was on the field handing out $100 bills. He got about over $2,000 worth, man. So he gave about 2 racks, 2 bands. So basically, they basically don't want him in the facilities. I'm not sure if LSU had any other, violations type going on, but they definitely came down on Odell. And of course, Odell was in the news this week with the injury. But yeah, man, and I'm sure we'll hit on that. But we're not going to see Odell around LSU facilities for the next 2 years. So
LSU ain't doing shit anyway. So
that's true, man.
It's all right. They don't need them there.
All right, man. Let's go back. Let's pick it up on a positive note. Shout out again to NFL Update. So Ron Rivera, he actually had his last day of cancer treatment this past Monday. Of course, he's going to have some follow-ups with doctors, but he's headed in the right direction. So, like you said, clap, salute. This is the crucial catch month. That's why we're rocking the ball heads. But shout out to Ron Rivera, man. And actually, the Washington football team tweeted out a video of him walking through. He's walking down the hallway. Doctors are cheering for him, throwing confetti. He got to ring the bell. It was a powerful moment, man. It was definitely a emotional moment, man. So shout out to Riverboat Ron. Glad to see him on the right track, man. And we wish him, continued speedy recovery and health with the cancer. So
salute, brother Ron, man.
Yeah, man. All right, another thing, man. So the NFL Titans, man, they got fined. I said the NFL Titans.
The NFL Titans. Is that their new name now?
It might be, man. It might be. But the NFL fined the Titans $350K for violating the COVID-19 protocols. So, of course, the league won't hand out individual fines or strip any draft picks. They're just going to fine the organization $350K. So of course, go ahead.
No, I was about to say, man, I think that's fair, man. Anytime you get to the point where you get caught, like strategic, if you literally get caught red-handed, not paying attention to the COVID rules, man, and jeopardizing these games and shit, fine is, it's not that bad. You're not, like you say, you're not losing no draft picks. You deserve to get that fine, though.
Yeah, and I'm sure that fine included, hey, the Titans eating that bill for paying the staff and folks who had to support those games. Like, they had to move around the Titans and Steelers games. So, if you're causing the league to rearrange and move things around, I'm sure that costs money, and that's a lot of money. It might be around the $350K mark, so I get it. That's a big bill. All right, man. And then the last thing I got with the news. So the USA Track and Field official Twitter account tweeted out for everyone asking if we have a spot open for our relay team. DK Metcalf hey, he can come out and try out. Basically, he said he can come out here and test out his speed against some real speed next year at the Olympic trials. So they basically called him out and said, hey, if you want to test your speed out against some real speed, come to these trials. And DK tweeted back, see you there, man. So I want to show the clip, man. And DJ Avo, he asked me to make sure I pull this up. And this is, did you see the hawk down as far as with DK?
Bro, that ain't nothing but pure athleticism and determination, bro. That was probably the best play of the season so far, bro. I know it wasn't an offensive play. Best play of the season, bro.
Yeah, man. Let's check it out, man. Hopefully you guys can see the screen, man. But Buda Baker, man, he basically had to go the whole damn field. Look at DK, bro. Like, that's just an effort play.
Bro, look
play.
How big he looks, bro.
Crazy, bro.
Bro, I would be pissed off if I got caught by him and I looked over to the other side of the field and the motherfucker with pink hair was the one that caught me.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, that was the best play of the year, bro.
Yeah, that was a hell of a play, man. And again, that's just effort, man. Like, a lot of coaches coach that. A lot of guys don't give in to the effort, but literally, like, that could have changed. Well, of course, the Cardinals ended up still winning, but
in that moment, they didn't even score. They didn't get a field goal or score after that. So that's a hell of a stop, bro.
That's true, bro. Hell of a play, man. Shout out to DK. Way to set the tone. Way to show, the young athletes out there, no matter what sport you play, male or female, effort, man. Effort can take you a long way. Even in life in general, just giving effort. So that was fire.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. That's all I got for What's the Word, man. You got any injuries?
Yeah, so let's get straight into Odell because we already spoke about him, So not only is he not going to the LSU facilities, he's officially not playing for the rest of the season, man, towards MCL. He said when he went out, man, he said he automatically knew it was something bad. So he's out for the rest of the season, man. It sucks, man. And we're just getting to the point where Odell Beckham is just pretty much hurt every year now, man. So as talented as he is and the rough patch he's been hitting going from, the Giants to the Browns, I don't know what kind of upside Odell has at this point anymore, man. You were afraid of his injuries. That's what you tell him you was moving off of him for anyway, even outside of the production he'd been losing out on. But it's sad, man. Now I know you were off of Odell Beckham anyway, but how do you feel right now that he's gone for the rest of the season again, bro?
I mean, to be honest, where I'm at with Odell, even before the injuries, the quarterback play was a concern for me with Baker. Of course, he balled out against the Bengals, which he should. He's supposed to do that, right? So, I wasn't really a fan of where the offense was headed. Of course, they got some nice running backs, especially when Nick Chubb come back. But Kareem Hunt, he's still a starter in this league. Day one anywhere. So, of course, they want to run the ball. But yeah, man, just even before the injuries, I already had some concerns. Just looking at how Baker's been playing, we're expecting him to take that next leap in year 3. He's not doing it. But the injuries, man, when you see the play, everything Odell does is like acrobatic and athletic. Like even the way he got injured, it was like still kind of acrobatic and like I don't want to say it, but like he made the shit look. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say he made it look cool, but like he was just
about to say, bro.
Everything he does is just like he's just on another level, man. Like. So, of course, we wish Odell a speedy recovery, and it was unfortunate, man. It was on a turnover. Of course, he was trying to, it was a hustle play. He wanted to go and chase it down, and fortunately, he just somehow ended up in the air, and his knee, ended up getting caught up in the, I don't know what to call it, man. I guess in the traffic. So, we'll put it like that, man. So, but he's done for the year.
What I will say is, man, I heard a very good analyst say that Baker might actually just be better without Odell because he's such a big name that he's so worried, like that he doesn't want to piss him off, that he's always his first read. He'll force the ball to him instead of just taking what's coming to him like he did in his rookie year. So that'll be interesting to see for the rest of the year, man, to see if Baker actually flourishes. I know it was Cincinnati, but I don't care. To click it on out of nowhere and start looking that good, he actually looked good. And so I'm just excited to see what Baker does the rest of the year, to be honest.
That's a good point, man. Maybe Baker is dealing with trying to keep these pass catchers happy. And there was even a clip where he had to, run up to Odell and Jarvis and say, hey, be patient. Be patient, guys. So, yeah, man, we'll see, man. So hopefully Jarvis Landry steps up. And we already know he's an alpha wide receiver, so he gets it done. But maybe Baker will have less pressure on where to deliver the ball. So, but that's unfortunate, man. That's not a good situation to be in if you have to worry about keeping receivers happy. Like if I'm a QB, I just want to drop back, make my pre-snap reads, determine where I want to go with the ball, and pivot as needed. I shouldn't have to worry about I got to make sure I get this guy 10 targets. Like that's not winning football. So
we see how Odell acts, man. Maybe Baker felt pressure.
Yeah. All right, man. So you want to get into these signings, or you got my bad? Any more injuries? That was the first injury.
Yeah, Chris Godwin is having surgery on his index finger. They already ruled him out next week.
Okay.
He might be out for a couple weeks. So I think that's perfect timing for one of the signings we'll talk about soon. And then Chris Carson, he'll be week to week. He's always having leg injuries, man. I don't really know what's wrong with Chris Carson, but he always come back and plays after a while, I guess.
This time it's his foot. Look like he's gonna be out a week or two with his foot. So
yeah, that's that, man. I think that's all the injuries I'm getting, bro.
Also, Deebo Samuel, man, he tweaked his hamstring, so he's gonna be out for a week or two. So
so none of these injuries besides the Odell thing were too dramatic. So get well soon, Odell. And he's a man. Oh nah, Kenyon Drake. Drake's going.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Yeah, man. It's big because it might be the Chase Edmonds show now.
Which it should have been.
Should have been, bro. Should have been all year.
Man, you know what? This might be a situation where Chase just takes over the backfield and never give it back. So we'll see, man. We got to watch how this shakes up in Arizona. I got some Chase Edmonds. So I stepped into a RB1 situation temporarily. Hopefully he hangs on to it.
Yeah, RB1, that's a league win.
Yeah. At least RB1 for his team.
All right, let's transition to these signings because the Chris Godwin injury, not saying it happened perfect timing. The signing happened perfect timing because Mr. Antonio Brown, bro, you had to figure this was gonna happen, man. We heard the rumors about the Seattle Seahawks, signing him. But lo and behold, Mr. Tom Brady pulled a fast one. You had to know Tom Brady was pushing for Antonio Brown to be signed, man. He's still talented. I don't think he lost his step yet. You still see him staying in shape and running routes, and he's all over his Snapchat showing that he still got it. And him and Tom Brady actually, I think in that small couple weeks when he was in that Patriots organization, they built a bond. And in that one game he played, he showed rapport, scored a touchdown. So I think this is going to be perfect for Tom Brady for that offense. Man, that's a lot of weapons, bro. How do you feel about this Antonio Brown signing, bro, to the Bucks?
I'd rather have. It's actually echoing. Do you hear that?
Say it again.
It's echoing for me. Can you mute real quick? I'm about to mute you. Can you guys hear the echo? Nope, it went away. All right. So as far as the time, or at least the Antonio Brown signing, hey, that's a hell of an upgrade. I'd rather have Antonio Brown and a Scotty Miller. So I'll take that. It's definitely a win now mode. For me, I don't see the Buccaneers making a deep run in the playoffs. I don't see them winning a Super Bowl. But of course, they went and got Antonio Brown. I don't think that's going to, change their outcome. They're at least hoping to contend for a title, but. We'll see, man. Hopefully we don't have the Antonio Brown experience coming off what he did last year, going from Buffalo to the Raiders and even leaving the Steelers. So it was just a lot, man. So hopefully, he's matured and grown and he's ready to get back to playing football. So we'll see.
I like Antonio Brown with that offense, bro. It's going to be fire.
Yeah. All right, that's better.
Hey, wait. What does that offense look like fantasy-wise when all three receivers are healthy, bro?
Man, for me, Mike Evans, Mike Evans always been a wide receiver too for me. So I think he still can maintain that. AB, that's going to open him up. Of course, if Chris Godwin's out there, that's going to open him up. I still like Chris Godwin, man. I think this is an opportunity to go buy Chris Godwin, especially for the people who aren't liking his production. I still think he has there's some kickback. I'm about to mute you for a second. There's I still think Godwin still has, long-term value, especially in Dynasty. So I would go get him. Man, I mean, my favorite wide receiver on that offense is still Chris Godwin, man. So I know he hasn't been getting it done as lately in terms of production. He had a nice week this past week, but overall, not the best of seasons. And then AB, man, I just got to see how he fits in, man. Of course, Tom's going to throw him the ball. Again, I think this just hurts Scotty Miller. So whatever Scotty Miller's been doing, it's just an upgrade from a Scott Miller situation with more touchdowns.
Touche. All right, and then let's talk about Mr. Dez Bryant, bro. Man, that was a lot, signing him to the practice squad. You would think Dez Bryant's old, man. I think he's on like 30, 31, bro.
Yeah, he's up there.
That's not even up there, bro.
I mean, for football.
I felt like he was way older than that for some reason when I looked that up, bro. Don't it feel like he's way older than that? There's no way he's Julio's age.
I'm about to look. I got to look that one up. I thought he was like 31, 32.
Yeah, Julio's age.
Yeah. So Dez is 31. Yep. But he has 10 years in the league, man. So he's been doing it since the age 21.
That's crazy. So does this have any fantasy relevance, bro, him going to Baltimore? That's even if he makes the actual real team. Right now, he's just on the practice squad.
Man, none at all, bro. I'm not, adding Dez Bryant. They can't even get their number one wide receiver, Hollywood Brown, going. Of course, he's up and down, so why am I going to go chase a Dez Bryant? The number one pass catcher in that offense is Mark Andrews. It's going to continue to be Mark Andrews. This Dez situation, it most likely impacts my guy that I was pounding the table for over the offseason, which hasn't panned out, Miles Boykin, man. So if that, man, just plug and play. Whatever Miles been doing or not doing, insert Dez Bryant with 1 or 2 touchdowns. That's how I'm going to sum that up.
Hey, that was a thing all offseason, bro, for you.
Yeah,
Miles Boykin.
I just looked at the at least the draft process. They didn't. Of course, they brought in Devin Duvernay, and actually, all this was pre-draft. Actually, so my lesson learned is I need to wait for the damn draft to shake out before I start pounding the table. But we can still do some early calls just to see, what are some of our early outlooks? We'll call it that, man. Early outlooks, like until the draft happens.
I'm just fucking with you. I get that shit, bro.
Yeah.
All right, that's all the injuries I got, though, bro.
What's your thoughts on Dez, though, before we transition?
Nothing, bro. I don't want any more people in the offense that doesn't throw the ball. I don't care who it is. Even if they would have got AB, bro, it wouldn't have been. I'm actually glad AB went somewhere else so I actually see him play and see if he can flourish. Nobody else is going to flourish in this offense, bro. It doesn't matter.
I agree, bro, especially pass catchers. So,
yeah.
All right, bro. Let's get into this Week 7 Brodies of the Week, man. So this is our B Team Player of the Week segment. This is where we just like to highlight these guys who've stepped up and, who made plays for their team. So, of course, we know all the big names, and we want to put some guys on your radar. So, again, with this segment, man, this is where we put the future stars of the league on the radar for you guys, and I would call a lot of these guys stashes, man. So go get them, man. They're definitely making impacts, at least most of them. So, yeah, let's just catch some film, man, and just go from there, man. So first we're going to check out New Orleans Saints wide receiver Marquez Callaway. He's actually been balling, man, but I just want to show you guys, one of his plays. Of course, he had a touchdown that was called back due to a penalty. So that's unfortunate, but he's still been balling over the past couple of weeks, so let's check it out.
True.
So this wasn't a touchdown play. This is just like a 14-yard game, but he actually had a couple of big catches like that moved the stick. So stepping in for the injured Michael Thomas.
Thomas.
How do you feel about Marquez, man? Is this a guy you think people should go stash?
I think. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
I think he got some upside, man. I think. I think their young receivers are actually being able to learn. I'm glad they brought in Emmanuel Sanders. That's giving them a chance to learn from a veteran and then learn from one of the best receivers in the league also, as well as in Michael Thomas. And I actually, you never want to see nobody go down, but in the absence of Michael Thomas, just giving these guys a chance to actually step up. Get some chances to make some plays, man. That's all you can ask for from your young guys, man. And they're always searching for some kind of number 2 receiver, man. They tried it with Traquan. He didn't really do the most. So I think they just went out to bring in Emmanuel so he could try to bring some leadership. So I'm excited to see these guys like Marquez, bro. I think Sean Payton's a hell of a coach. So any kind of offensive weapon learning from him is a plus.
I agree. All right, man. My next guy, let's go to Green Bay. Wide receiver Malik Taylor. He actually caught a touchdown. So let's check that out. I actually forgot to share the screen. All right, let's check it out. Of course, Devontae Adams is back in action this week. Alan Lazard is banged up. Easy money.
Easy money, bro. Aaron Rodgers, bro. The fucking year-to-year turnaround from last year to this year is fucking crazy.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Malik, man. All right, man. And then the last guy, first touchdown, game winner, stepped in for Odell. Donovan Peoples-Jones, man. This is a guy out of Michigan. I know he's highly recruited coming out of high school. He didn't really do too much at Michigan due to the poor quarterback play. But, hey, he's still NFL talent. Glad to see him get drafted. So, yeah, man, he stepped in. Let's check it out, man. Game winner against the Bengals. See him at the bottom of your screen. There he goes, man. Feet in bounds. Way to keep your feet in bounds. That's great awareness for a rookie, man. So shout out to him. First NFL career touchdown. Game winner for Baker against the Bengals, man. Shout out to Church.
Church got every Bengal on. No, Church don't got every Bengal on his team. He got every Brown on his. No, he got every Bengal on his team. That was the Browns, bro.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Sure. I'm shouting out the team that lost, that took the L. That's why I shout out.
Oh, that's messed up. Don't do Church like that, bro.
His Bengals took the L, but it's all
Don't
good.
do Church like that, bro.
It's cool. All right, man. You got any flags, bro?
I got a flag to my guy Vic, calling out Church because they took a L. And then I got a flag on Church for having every Bengal on this team in Dynasty and redraft. It don't matter the format. My guy's taking every Bengal he can. I don't care who it is.
He's from Cincinnati. I wonder if he's still taking AJ Green. That's something we got to watch.
I wonder if he's still, like Tyler Eifert, even though he's not on the team no more.
Those are good questions, man. Shout out to Church, man. So that's my guy. That's my friend.
Nah, I ain't got no real flag on the plays. I always flag DJ Avo for not being here. He still had the opportunity to be here, bro. We talked. He actually pulled up on me. So I don't know if you really want to flag him. He pulled up and picked up his studio equipment, his DJ shit, and then went home.
Well, I don't have any flags. The flag might be on me because I called an audible. I was like, you know what? I don't feel like driving across town. I ain't going to lie to you guys. Let's just kick your remote. Sometimes it be like that, man. So this ain't really on Avo. Even though, like you say, he had a chance, but I'm not going to put it off on him. So I'm going to flag myself.
Let's just flag the Dynasty Bros. My laptop wasn't working. I had to call an audible.
Yeah, bro. It be like that sometimes, bro. It's cool.
Oh, we tripping, bro.
All right, man. Before we get to this art of tanking, let the people know where they can follow you at.
Hey, follow me at Dynasty Bro on Instagram and Twitter, and follow the main Instagram page at Dynasty Bros FF. Please do that. Hey, bro, where they follow you?
Chief Sosa FF. That's Instagram, Twitter. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Dynasty Bros FF. Be sure to join the Facebook community. Dynasty Bros FF podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube if you want to see these touchdown highlights, see these videos, see these episodes come to life. And I want to shout out Black and White Sports, man. Make sure you guys get those guys a follow. We do a exclusive redraft episode for them. You guys can follow their social medias. Just look them up on our social medias at Black and White Sports. And yeah, I know they do their Taco Tuesday every Tuesday. So if you want the real, I know you guys watch ESPN all day, but they give you the real, man. As far as what's really going on in the sports world, the real opinions.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah,
they do that.
All right, man. So how about this, man, with the art of tanking? How about we open up with explain what is tanking for the people, and then we get into why do people tank or why would a team tank? So what is tanking?
All right. So I didn't look up the fantasy football Google definition of tanking. So I'm going to give you my opinion of what I think tanking is. Tanking is technically a form of giving up on your season. I know that sounds horrible. So you can give up on your season, but there's ways and strategies to actually do it to where it can benefit you and you're not screwing over your other league mates and you're not fucking over other teams, week by week. So that's basically the true definition of tanking. It's giving up on my season. I quit. I'm going to just start planning and preparing for next year. I think that's the most important part right there. That little section I said, I'm going to start prepping and preparing for next year. And that's what we want to help you do if while we're teaching you the art of tanking, is prepping and preparing for next year. What about your definition, man? And how you felt about the things I said so far?
Yeah, I agree. And I would also say it's all about also understanding the identity of your team. So again, you're either in a win now mode, meaning you have all the pieces in place that you feel can help you win a fantasy title, or you're either rebuilding. So you're either contending or rebuilding. You want to be caught in the middle, which is pretending. What do I call a pretender? A pretender is a team that has older vets that gets it done, young vets and also young guys. You're all over the place. So you're going to be up and down. Like, you think you got a nice team and you're in love with all these rookies, but we're not ready for the J.K. Dobbins breakout yet. And Swift is slowly starting to come around. So you got guys like that. And then you also got some Thielens and some Julios. And you also got some Cooper Kupps and Robert Woods. You're just all over the place. So establish a identity. So if you're in the middle, you definitely want to decide which way you want to go. Again, you're either contending or you're rebuilding. So for me, if you're in the middle, you may want to consider tanking, but it's a way to go about it. Because you got most likely you have a lot of players and pieces on your team that you can send off to these teams who are true contenders, and you can get some draft capital. So if they feel like they're a piece away, why not send off Cooper Kupp, who was the wide receiver 4 last year that I said wasn't going to, again, you should have flipped him while the value was high. Why not send a Cooper Kupp for a potential second round pick now, which would have been a first if you did at the beginning of the year. Stuff like that, man. Just first, I want to say understand the identity of your team and go from there.
True that. All right, so I think I want to start there, and piggyback off of identifying, your team and where you're at, because that's important, bro. You
Yeah.
need to be able to look at your team, look at your overall, and actually look at the rest of the league and their overalls, and look at the guys that look like they're for sure on to make the playoffs, and checking their overalls, and then going to go check their rosters to make sure they're not pretenders, make sure they're not winning with some, their Miles Gaskin as their number one running back, and or just checking to make sure that they legit deserve the record they have. Make sure they're actually scoring tons of points at the end of the week as a team, and not just I'm beating teams because I'm playing teams during their off weeks, or the weeks where players were hurt. So those are a lot of things you need to evaluate as you go into thinking about which side of the fence you want to be on. So that's important. Evaluate your team and decide where you want to stay, because that's important. So I'm right there with you, bro. Evaluating your team, I think that's the first step.
Yeah, and I know we got this Dynasty Bros 2.0 league on Sleeper. This was a league where I felt good about the draft. I'm trying to see if I can even pull up my draft. Just kind of go over like some of my picks and players. Yeah, actually, I can. I got it right here. So my team that I originally drafted, I had Lamar, Derrick Henry, Raheem Mostert, A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Devontae, Tyler Higbee, Hollywood, and Gardner Minshew. Well, let's fast forward. Of course, at the time, I felt Gardner Minshew would fall into some ugly production and have a top 12 season, which he's kind of doing it. He's, QB 14, I believe, right now, but I don't think Gardner's the future. So I think this is just a 1 year, 1 year show for him. And then also with the Hollywood Brown, I've actually already traded him for a 21 second. Had someone say, that's terrible advice. But for me, what is Hollywood? The wide receiver, what? Wide receiver 44. I'll take a second round pick, a 21 second round pick all day long for the wide receiver 44. And then Tyler Higbee, he hasn't been producing. So I was all in on the Higbee train. Then, of course, you got Devontae Parker, wide receiver 38. He actually 34 in PPR. He hasn't really been doing his thing. And looking at CeeDee Lamb, of course, he's been balling, stepping up as a rookie. And then A.J. Brown was hurt. Raheem Mostert was up and down, got injured. And then, of course, Derrick Henry had a slow start. So my team was just all over the place. And, of course, Lamar hasn't been the Lamar that we've expected. So for me, I started pivoting a long time ago and moving these guys. And fast forward, what does my team look like today? I actually have 3 first-round picks in the upcoming draft for 21. And I also have 3 first-round picks in the 22 draft. So I moved a lot of guys. Again, this goes back to me, having an honest moment. Can I win with this team? And at the time, I didn't think I could win with a Hollywood Brown who's boomer bust, and AJ Brown who was hurt, and a Raheem Mostert who was up and down, and a Derrick Henry who had a slow start. So I actually moved a lot of those guys, man. So that was the first thing for me.
That's important. So after that, you reevaluate your team and see what side of the fence you on. All right. So I know you already start talking about flipping guys. I guess I'll piggyback on that. If you get to the point where you realize you need to tank after you evaluate your team, you need to go get every guy that is probably at their peak value and age. I think that's the most important place to start. Like Julio 2 weeks ago, after he came back from that week off and he just blew up. That's probably the perfect time to go get Julio for the Julio Jones value. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
Julio's still having good games right now. And Julio could probably do it for 3 or 4 more years. I'm not saying he couldn't, but why wouldn't you go trade the 31-year-old receiver who's having a year like close enough to some of these up and coming guys and what they're doing, and try to get one of those guys plus for Julio? I think we're at the point where we need to decide these guys aren't going to keep retaining value on my team, so I need to flip them because I don't need to roll over with these older guys next year. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I like to piggyback off that too, bro. Like how you went straight into it and start flipping because you realized, it wasn't your season. So you went and got you some capital, bro. That's important. That's one side of the fence. You feel me?
Yeah.
All right. So the other side of the fence, like, what if you seen that shit and you didn't tank? It's just like you need to. I don't know. If you're not tanking, you're buying. That's an important side of the fence too. What is your strategy on trying to go get players from guys who are winning or trying to get guys off to people who are tanking? Like, do you have any strategies for those?
Well, really, man, I look for opportunities, meaning like a guy that may have flashed, but that's still kind of under the radar, but I see the potential. Like, of course, let's look at Chase Claypool. He was hot, a couple weeks ago, and he had those big games. Now he's cooled off. So, of course, while he was hot, while he was streaking, that's not a guy I would go get in that moment. But now he's kind of cooled off, so the window's open back up. I still love the talent. I love the situation. We all know the Steelers, they develop wide receivers within that franchise. They got a track record for that. Mike Wallace, Antonio Holmes, Antonio Brown, Emmanuel Sanders, like the list just keeps going on and on. So I look for opportunities like that, like guys that would start off hot and cooled off and they already flash. I'd flirt a second for a Chase Claypool, especially if he comes out and not, having another big week. So I look for opportunities like that off the radars. Of course, off season, I was looking at guys like Darius Slayton. I still like the big play ability in him. So yeah, that's it, man. For the most part, usually guys float me offers, and I look at those, and at least I know they're in trade mode, so I kind of see, if there's an opportunity, if there's any pieces that I like. When guys send me offers, I tell them straight up, hey, here's the players I like on your team that I would trade for, because I'm not interested in the trash we're trying to pawn off. So
respect that. All right, so here's one of the strategies I like. I know you said you like getting the guys that may flash on and off so you can catch them on their cold night or their cold week.
Yeah.
One of my strategies is, what about the guy that it hasn't even flashed at all? So when you have all these rookies blowing up, you have Justin blowing up once he's starting, you have Burrow balling. So the first 6 weeks when Ryan Fitzpatrick is just balling, and Tua, no sign of when he's going to start yet. What about trying to go attack a guy like Tua who hasn't even played or, remotely even been thought about in those moments? Like, those are guys I like to target. What do you think about guys like that, guys that just haven't played at all? So you're trying to bank on, I still seen the talent already because I do my own due diligence of my research. I know he's going to be good when he gets the opportunity, just ain't got it yet. Do you like going after guys like that while you're tanking?
Absolutely, man. I went and got some Tua. Even like last week, I traded Michael Thomas and a 21 second for Tua and a 21 first. So this was, and literally the next day, that's when the news broke that Tua's going to start after the bye week. So I don't know if that was just perfect timing, but I would still go get a guy like Tua, especially while everyone's hype on the Herbert and Burrow. So Tua's the forgotten guy. And going back to the offseason, man, and pre-draft, Tua was my number one quarterback coming out. I believe he was yours as well. So, I'm just trusting the talent, man. This is a guy that balled out, at a Alabama top program, which is basically junior NFL. And, he made Jalen Hurts transfer, and we all saw what he did. Again, championship game, rallied him. I think he threw that touchdown to Devontae Smith, right? When he was a freshman.
Yep,
right?
It was Devontae Smith, bro. Freshman to freshman.
Yeah, so Tua, he's a plug and play starter, man. I'm just trusting the talent. So, a lot of people have recency bias, man. They just go off what they see. And I still have Tua as like my number one rookie quarterback coming out. So even without seeing him play, so
he's fire. Okay, I respect that. So clearly you like that idea. I got one more idea, bro. I want to see if you like. It's so many strategies and approaches you could take at tanking, bro. And I'm pitching them out. Bam, bam, bam. Here goes another one. Okay, Saquon Barkley. Whether you're a fan or not, I think for the most part he's still valued as a top 3 dynasty running back, even with another major injury. If not top 3, maybe top 5. You feel me?
Yeah.
Whatever. What about when you realize that you're winning games that you don't want to win? When your team is really technically sad, but maybe you picked up some guys. I'll tell you a perfect example. I picked up Mike Davis. We know Mike Davis isn't going to play when Christian McCaffrey come back. They didn't sign Christian McCaffrey give him all that money to split him back, to split touches with him with Mike Davis. We know he's not doing that.
Yep.
And then you get a guy like Joe Mixon, who we all think is talented, but he's so up and down in that offense. And I think it's just going to be like that for the rest of his career. They're going to throw the ball a lot. He may stumble into some touchdowns, but they love Gio, so it is what it is. Joe Mixon is a great back, but he's never going to be considered a top 5 back in Dynasty, in my opinion. So going to go trade and get one of these top-notch players while they're down or on IR or out for the rest of the season, because, unless it's life-threatening, they're going to come back next year. And Saquon's still young. So I flipped Mike Davis and Joe Mixon and got Saquon, and I wasn't in no winning situation anyway. So now this kind of secured me not playing. If I'm tanking, pause. If I'm tanking, I'm still playing my best lineup. We can come back to that in a second. But remember, I want to talk about that, Vic. But I just traded Mike Davis and Joe Mixon and got Saquon. And what they did was secure me not winning games by playing Joe Mixon and Mike Davis on weeks, and they're blowing up and winning me games where I'm like, my team isn't good to compete for a championship. And one of these guys is temporary. And one of these guys is not the guy that I'm actually trading for. So I flipped Mike Davis and Joe Mixon, man, and got Saquon Barkley and securing the rest of my tank season, bro. How do you like doing stuff like that, man? Going to attack guys while they're down because you can get them at a discount.
I like that, man, and I agree. Saquon's still a top 5 back in Dynasty for me. Not top 3, top 5 for me. But there's opportunity there. Also, that gives you more flexibility going into the next rookie draft. You don't have to bank on a Travis Etienne or a Najee Harris. You can, go get you a quarterback if you want. One of these, Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence, or even get you a wide receiver if you want. So I feel like going to go get these guys on a discount, it just gives you more flexibility going to the next draft, rookie draft.
True that. All right. So we got strategies. Do you have any more strategies, bro? Because I want to start talking some rules to tanking.
Yeah. You kind of already hit on it. So let's just go there. So basically, when it comes to tanking, I'm still putting in my best lineup to compete. So I'm still putting the best product on the field that can give me a best shot at winning that week. So as an example, if you want to go back to that team that I had where I had all those guys I named, what does that team look like today? I still have A.J. Brown, still have C.D. Lamb, still got Lamar. Of course, I'm starting those guys. I got Joshua Kelly. I got Gus Edwards. These are guys that still get touches and involvement. I moved Antonio Gibson. I moved Derrick Henry. I moved Mostert, but I was able to – actually, I didn't start Jeff Wilson this week only because I thought he was hurt, but I would have had I known, he was going to get the run over Jarek. So I'm still going in with pure and good intentions in terms of starting my best guys to win that week. And I will say a lot of guys don't do that. A lot of guys leave these big names on the bench. So we'll get into some examples. But
I feel like if you're going to tank, the most important rule is always set your lineup. Always set your lineup and always play your best players. I think you owe yourself that and you owe the league that. If you don't, you fuck up the integrity of everything going on. So I hate the guy who intentionally sits. Shoot, I see Kareem Hunt got a good week. Let me go ahead and throw in, just anybody that shouldn't have been played over him is trash. So that's a big one for me. It's all about keeping the integrity of everything. And honestly, if your league has no bylaws, no rules that can protect everybody else from this one league, mate, there's an issue with your commish right there, because that guy, somebody needs to force his players in so he's not year on year just getting these top guys and getting all these first round picks because he's trading so many guys. It's messing up the integrity of the league. So I think that's important, man, all the way around. Is being the best player you can be. Still being active is important too. Even if you don't take any more trades, don't just not accept them. Don't just not decline them. Like still be an active player while you're tanking, because it just makes everything more fun when you have 12 guys, 14 guys, everybody just being active, everybody trading, everybody conversing. Like, be an active guy while you're tanking, because if not, it's going to seem trash.
Yeah.
How you feel about those rules?
Man, we got a perfect example of that. I'm in a league where we got a guy who, started literally Khalif Raymond and Keyshawn Vaughn and, of course, Jalen Guyton, who actually had a decent week, luckily, but, Jason Witten. And this is a super flex league where you got Jason Witten in the flex. And then on the bench, he has Justin Herbert and, Travis Fulgham and Laviska Shenault, and let's jump down to the taxi squad where he has A.J. Brown, Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, Clyde Edwards. So clearly this guy is intentionally trying to tank. And to me, in my opinion, he's going about it the wrong way. I'm still trying to put the best product out there on the field. I named a bunch of guys on the bench, and in this taxi that should be starting. The only way I would accept the taxi situation is if in the offseason he started off before week 1 of the fantasy season, hey, I want A.J. Brown and Joe Burrow and Jefferson and Clyde in my taxi squad, meaning I'm going to leave them there. I have no intentions on moving them up until after the season. That's fine. I can live with that. But if you had them on your bench and then you moved them down to really hone in on the hardcore tank, we'll call it that, hardcore tanking, to me, I got to look at that, kind of sideways. So, and again, it's just one of those things where it's a certain way to go about it. When I'm tanking, I'm still putting the best lineup out there. If I had this team, A.J. Brown, Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, Clyde, Laviska Shenault, Travis Fulgham would all be in my starting lineup. I wouldn't have Jason Witten in my super flex.
Jason Witten's on the team?
He plays for the Vegas Raiders. So this, and of course he also started, I get it, he's running Andy Dalton, so that, you can't question that. But, man, I would definitely be running Herbert and Burrow, so.
Trash.
Yeah, man, that's a head shaker, and that's a guy who also has already total of 4 picks. So it's one of those things where, man, I don't really complain too much as far as in these leagues. You'll only hear me speak up if we're trying to change rule settings, or let's add more IR spots, or let's add more taxi spots. I'm like, for me, if I'm already dropping guys throughout the league and now we're adding more spots, that impacts the guys I didn't have to drop. So settings like that, that's where I'll speak up. But people who are like tanking like this, I just let the league rock out, man. And, just let them know, like, hey, I see it, but hey, if that's how you guys roll, that's not how I roll. But
with your trash ass.
It is, man. And the thing is, teams like that, I know that team was loaded. Man, that team's going to get popped, bro. Some while, those teams still end up getting popped, man. So that's why
it's going to be us. Thanks for inviting me to that league, bro.
Yep, no doubt. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about a team where I was actually tanking and someone actually tried to call me out, like, oh, it's tank season, after I had a trade go down. So let me tell you my roster, and I'm literally putting out my best lineup. I had Gardner Minshew, DeAndre Swift, Juju, Robbie Anderson, Hayden Hurst, DJ Shark, Gabriel Davis, Travis Fulgham. Of course, I've been starting Phillip Rivers, but of course he was out on bye. And I had Jonathan Taylor and John Brown. So, of course, you guys can imagine when I'm rotating these guys in and out based on matchups. And Paris Campbell got hurt. My team is 1-6. And I had Joe Mixon, and I just traded Joe Mixon. I sent Joe Mixon and let me pull up that trade actually. I don't want to tell you guys incorrectly. So I sent Joe Mixon in a 21 second, and I got J.K. Dobbins in a third. Someone was like, it's tank season. For one, I'd rather have Dobbins all day long over Mixon in Dynasty. Like, that's a no-brainer for me. It's unfortunate that my team is 1-6, but if you go back and look at my lineups, I put in all those guys. I put in the Robbies. I put in the Jujus. You know, Juju had a slow start. Sharks had a slow start. It's just the way the situation played out. Mixon's been
That's a
up
good
and down.
lineup to me, in my opinion.
Yeah,
That's a good lineup.
Exactly. Mixon's been up and down. So for me, I'm like, you know what? I'm just in a position where my team is just tanking, and it's not intentionally. It is what it is. So I'm going to continue to run the best lineup that I can. And I will say, tanking isn't about landing the 101. I feel like if your goal is to land the 101, that's the wrong approach. I just want a top pick. If I get a top 4 pick or a top 5 pick, that's a successful tank. People who go in there with the mindset of I'm tanking to land the 101, you're going about it wrong. Like if I get the 104, I'm cool with that because I know Trevor Lawrence is going to go. I know Justin Fields is going to go. You know, I know Najee,
Travis Etienne, Jamar Chase. All those guys.
So Najee, for me,
it's a bunch of people.
It's a toss-up. It just depends on team needs in your league. I may have a shot at Najee. I may have a shot at Etienne. I may have a shot at Justin Fields. It just depends on the team need. I'm okay with a top 4 or top 5 pick when you're tanking. So,
hey, speaking of tanking, our first year, do you remember the pieces that we got for Dalvin Cook in that trade to OG Mike in our Empire League, the first year of the league?
I know we got his first, which is looking like a top 3 pick right now.
He's in last place right now. So
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. His
it's
pick
looking like
it's gonna be a high
let's
pick.
just say we end up with Trevor Lawrence, right?
Yeah,
he gave us the 102 this year. So and he gave us the 202. So I think we ended up getting Michael Pittman, Trevor Lawrence, and Jonathan Taylor for Dalvin Cook.
I'll do that all day long.
I'll do that all day long. Hey, remember last week we were here and you was saying it might be an opening in one of your leagues. As soon as we got off recording, y'all sent me the invite to the league, right?
Yeah.
And I said I was gonna make a trade before the night end, so I can get acquainted with everybody. I'm tanking. The team is already tanking. When I took it over, it had 3 first-round picks, but it was scatterbrained. It has some quarterbacks. It has Wentz. It has Daniel Jones. It has Tua. And I got Jonnu and I got Jerry Jeudy. And, I think that's really it. Maybe a couple more receivers. But as soon as I got in that night, I traded Devontae Parker and I got Jalen Reagor. How do you feel about that, bro, off top? First night I got in the league.
That's fire, bro. And your team, you're in a position where you got draft capital and you're going young, and that's a hell of a piece to add, man. So I like it, man. And, of course, the league lit up. I'm in the chat seeing you come in and do work. And I will say this, man. You had to step into the league. I do want to call out the person. Well, I'm not calling out that person specifically, but just in general. You got these people who get in these leagues. They think they're doing something, and then it ends up not going the way they thought it was, and then they end up quitting the league. I think that's trash. I think you need to stay in, own the mess you created, and just work through it. Dynasty, it's a puzzle. It's it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Stand in it and figure it out. And I do get stuff happen. Sometimes people have to leave leagues, but for me, my opinion, my outlook on the situation, you thought you were doing something. It didn't work out the way you wanted to. You didn't want any more parts of it, especially since you see one team that's dominating right now. I think that's trash.
It looked like I stumbled into a gold mine, bro. I was happy when y'all sent me that roster, bro. I was like, damn, he left.
Yeah,
I could work magic with this motherfucker. You feel me?
Yeah, bro.
And I will get another first-round pick before the night is over, too. So we'll talk about that next week.
I believe it, man. I believe it. So that's fire, man. Anything else you want to add to the tanking, man, before we sum up the do's and don'ts again?
Nah, man, that's pretty much it, man. I talk some strategies. I talk some rules. So if you want to try to get into the do's and don'ts, we can knock those out, Just reiterate those.
I'm going to get into the do's, and then you add to it, and then I'm going to let you get into the don'ts, and then I'll add to it. How about that?
All right, bet. Go ahead.
All right, man. So with the do's, so if you're planning to tank, again, establish your identity of your team. Are you a contender? Are you in position to win a title or compete in the playoffs? Or do you just need to tank and rebuild and just go young? Don't be caught in the middle. And again, being caught in the middle is having a team that has veterans, young vets, and rookies, and you don't want to be all over the place. Like, try to be consistent, establish an identity with your team. That's the first do, and then also make sure you're setting the best lineup that you can. You want to make sure that you're still competing. That you're trying to still give teams L's, and you're not just having all your studs on the bench, man. So make sure you're setting your best lineup. Anything else you want to add to the dues?
Like you said, bro, I like what you said. Do go out there and play your best ball no matter what. Even when you get to the point where you're playing, you got to start Malcolm Brown. I had to start Malcolm Brown in the toss-up, bro. I had players get hurt, but it happens. Even when you have to end up playing guys you don't want to because people are hurt or you done traded people away. Just keep on competing. Do go out there and do your best. And like you said, make sure you evaluate your team and do it the smart way. Make sure you evaluate other people's team too, because don't be nervous because somebody says 6-0, 7-0. Go break that team down and really see why their team is 7-0. Because some people are really fugazi and getting lucky. So,
yeah, bro.
What you just see, bro?
I'm reading some shit on Facebook. Madden League, people be talking shit, man. We have fun in this Madden League. We take it serious. So, somebody.
All right, I got some don'ts, bro. You stupid.
I'm gonna let it go.
You look so happy when you looked up from your phone, bro. Like you just read something funny as shit or crazy as shit.
I'm gonna let y'all in on it, man. It's funny. I had a team that's like not the best. He ran opening kickoff up on me. So he went up 7-0 and then he went up 14-0 because I threw a pick. So he was like, yeah, I went up 14-0 and you had a slow start. I was like, dude, I scored 56 and my defense scored 28. I was like, and that opening kickoff was trash, and then people were just like laughing at the comments. So it's just funny, man. Weird flexes. We call that a weird flex. People try to flex when it don't make sense.
Dynasty Bro Vic, gotta chill out.
I do, bro. That's why I stay in the house, man. All right, bro. Back to this tanking, man. The art of tanking.
All right, I got the don'ts, bro. Here we go. Here's the main don't to me. Don't become inactive just because you're tanking.
Yeah.
That is unfair to yourself and unfair to the rest of the league, and it can make everything else trash. And then when I said don't be inactive, don't not set your rosters anymore. That's not how to officially tank. That's just trash. That's just being a bad GM. Don't still engage in trade talks, even when you think you've did all the trading you can. Still listen to people's trades and still go around and see who the hell you can still go trade off or maybe even get for your team. And then don't be the guy that is tanking the wrong way on the trade side. Don't tank and go get old guys that ain't doing nothing right now, or don't go tank and get old guys that are hurt. I told you about my Saquon trade. I did that to go get a young, promising guy. Don't go get Zach Ertz because he's down for the rest of the year, and you like, oh, he's down for the rest of the year, but then when he come back next year, I got a top 5 tight end. Not smart. Stupid. Don't do that. You got some don'ts to chime in on, Vic?
Yeah, man. Don't leave your studs on the bench. And for the folks who got taxi squads in your league, make sure you understand the rules because some leagues allow you to move players back and forth from the taxi squad, and some leagues are where, hey, before the season starts, identify who you want on the taxi, and they got to stay there. So make sure you understand that. But, man, it's a certain way to tank, man. And I'm just not a fan of the people who have the Joe Burrows and the Justin Herberts and the Clydes, on their bench and on their taxis and starting the Jason Wittens and all these other guys who don't matter in fantasy right now. So I think that's trash, bro. So
me too. And with that being said, I got Myles Gaskin on the trading block. Vic, I don't know if you about to go win you a championship, but he going cheap.
Nah, bro. I want no parts, bro.
Damn.
Or I'll send a third.
I'll take a third, bro. You need them, bro, for your championship run, bro.
All right, I'm about to send a third. I'll do that. All right, bro. Yeah, we're going to make that happen. All right, bro. This has been another episode of the Dynasty Bros.
Or I got Rojo for you.
We got trades to get off. DJ Avo said don't come at his team like that.
Did we even say anything about his team?
I don't remember his team. Nah, we're not talking about your team, Avo, but I'm about to go look, see if he's tanking. Because I'll be trashed if he is.
Hey, if Abel is tanking in the redraft league, he retarded. I guess that's the most important thing is trash. You can't tank in a redraft league. So tell Avo dumbass
that too.
He has no parts of this conversation.
I think he's in the 2.0 league. Yeah, he is. Yeah, Avo's 2-5, bro. Yeah, he's 2-5.
I'll tell him I'll let him.
I'm about to try to come get his first.
Tell Avo holla at me. I got players for sale.
Yeah. All right, bro. You want to walk us out, man?
Yeah, look. You said it's been a minute on when we did it on the redraft episode, so I want to say it here. Dominate your league, Dynasty Bro Style. Look, say something good to the people. Hey, I've still been working on myself. I was open when I started, but I'll say this now. Hey, I'm still in therapy, and it's going well. And I know we always say check on your people, man. Tell people you love them. You never know what they're going through. I hit a rough patch last week, and then I realized that when I leave my therapy sessions, it's always not going to be peaches and cream. It's not going to be we looked up, we smiled, and kumbaya. I hit a rough patch. My hour was up, and I had to sit on that and pray over that. And going into this Thursday, I'm probably going to hit another rough patch, but it's all refreshing. It's all exciting. You know, it lets me deal with my shit head on. So, check on your people because that Thursday was rough for me. This Thursday will probably be rough for me, but I'm going into it with a positive energy, with prayer behind me, knowing that, it's for the better of Alec. So, I hope everybody else is taking care of themselves. Take time for yourself, man. Pray if you can, meditate if you can. I need to do better with it, but take care of yourself. It's important. Clear that, clear this. All that good shit, man. Take care of yourself. I want to say that.
I'm with that, man. And yeah, hope everything continues to be on the up and up for you, man. And you can always call or text me, man. So I want to be there for you as a brother and a friend and as a bro. So thanks for sharing that. And to piggyback off you, man, definitely check on your family because I found out my sister was going through some things and I had to help her out with some stuff. And, it's just one of those things where like when you call people, you just never know. Like, just ask them what's their biggest worry, what's bothering them, and maybe you can be a assistance to them. But outside of that, I also want to say, listen to your body, man. Like today, I was just tired. I really had to take like a quick 30-minute nap in the middle of the workday. I just had to. Like, I needed to charge my battery quickly during the middle of the workday. So listen to your battery, or listen to your battery. Listen to your body.
Listen to your battery, my G.
Sometimes you do got to listen to your battery if your car ain't. but listen to your body. And, that's why, we're remote today. I just needed to consume and reserve some energy, not make the trip across town. And I just needed that. So, man, just listen to your body. Don't be afraid to speak up and say, hey, I need a moment. I need a break, or, I need to pivot for this week just to make sure your mental and your body's good. So appreciate you guys. So I can't put this on DJ Avo for not being here today, man. I'm putting it on my
Even though he still could have pulled up. He came to my house, bro. He was here earlier. That's all I'm saying.
He actually came to pick up his DJ shit, right?
Ain't that trash, bro? He came and took the shit instead of just coming here and working. That is trash, bro. That's damn near like, damn, y'all. I forgot the Boosie drop. That's Avo does shit like that, man.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a DJ for sale. right now.
That's he pulled the I got a day off, but I still come to work just to talk to people on lunch. That
in the parking lot.
Yeah, bro. Go home, bro. You off or not, bro?
I ain't even had nothing to do, man. I was just seeing what y'all on. We at work, motherfucker.
Trash, bro.
Oh, episode 68 head ass. No, it's 61, motherfucker.
Shout out to the guys that take the day off and still pull up to work, bro. Could have saved that gas. All right, man. We're going to get out of here. With that being said, this has been another episode of Dynasty Bros. Make sure you dominate your league, Dynasty Bro Style. Make sure you know the art of tanking. Make sure, I don't know, man. That's all I got, man. You want to add to that before you walk us out?
Yes, like this. That's it. Hey, like Vic said, dominate your league, Dynasty Bro Style. We're Dynasty Bros. One more time, follow me at Dynasty Bro Dot on Instagram and Twitter. Follow the main handle, Dynasty Bros FF on Instagram. One more time, where you at, bro?
Chief Sosa FF. Follow our DJ AVOLXVE. Subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube. Yeah, man, we got some fun stuff coming, man, to the YouTube, man. We're gonna start diving into this film room, man, looking at these guys like Myles Gaskin and Travis Fulgham, and I know Doc got some stuff too. So just be on the lookout for that, man. Make sure you guys get on the YouTube.
You see my dance move?
Yeah, bro.
Coming to YouTube. Coming to YouTube.
You got to get your own TikTok, man.
Somebody else keep on telling me that, bro, but I ain't got it.
Yeah, man. All right, man. With that being said, before we get long-winded, we out. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Look at the shoulder head motion shit, bro.
You look like Boston Scott, bro. The little Boston Scott celebration. You got to look it up.
Hey, bro. I got to look it up.
We getting out of here, man, before we get long-winded. Hey, enjoy the rest of y'all week. Until next time, we out. It's the Dynasty Bros.
Whole lot of